Hi everyone, in this tutorial I am going to explain very important library in Python that is called NumPy. Let's watch this amazing video. In before tutorial we seen about Python libraries. I think it's like a very clear explanation about what is library, what is the difference between module, package and library, and also I explained what are the important inbuilt libraries are available in Python. It's like a brief explanation about that. I think it's like a 2 to 3 minutes. The link was available in description. If you miss it, just go and learn what is library in Python. And now in this tutorial I'm going to discuss about NumPy. I'll create a new Python file which is called NumPy. So here what is NumPy, where we can use everything was explained, just observe very clearly. So coming to here, first of all I want to say one word regarding this, that is I think it's like a long journey, up to almost 30 plus tutorials was completed. It's like a basics of Python. Now what we are working now on upcoming tutorials, it's like a advanced topics in Python. I think it was very clear. So guys, if you are familiar with basics, just learn advanced topics in Python also. Anyway, I'll don't waste your time. I'll start straight away today's topic, which is called NumPy. So what is NumPy? First of all, NumPy, the name itself there, which is called numerical Python. NUM means numerical and PY means Python. And first of all, before working with the NumPy, we need to import the package. So I'll import the package by using, you can call it as package or library, whatever it may be, both are correct words. Import NumPy py, as you can import as what the name you want. You can import num, you can import np, you can import nop, you can the variable what you want you can give. I am giving as a variable which is called num. Shift enter, nothing was done, just I imported a package, that's it. So I'm not performed any operation, of course. So I want to explain generally what is where we can use this NumPy. Actually I said if you want to perform any mathematical operation, NumPy is the best package to work on that, of course. But it mainly works on arrays concepts. So if you want to work on arrays, this package is the best package to work on that. I think it will work, will create arrays and will work on that. Actually there are three types of arrays are there: 1D array, 2D array and 3D array. So I'll work practically, I'm working with that and I'll explain the differences between 1D, 2D and 3D. So first of all I'll explain about 1D array. So actually what is the difference between array and list? Because of course array also created by square brackets and list also created by square brackets. Then what is the difference between array and list? Yes, I'll explain. So first of all I'm creating a variable which is called array of 1D. So this is the variable name. Here num means here I'm imported as num as numpy. So that's why num dot, so I'm creating a array which is called one dimensional array. So here I'm passing the numbers, some numbers, pass it the some numbers, and I want to print these numbers. Array of one digit. And just see the output. What is that? It is list or array? I am confused. Yes, you want to check it is a type of this. Just copy this one and paste it here and just give type of and just close and see that it was ND array. ND means n dimensional array. Think it was clear. Now I want to create two-dimensional array. So just I'm creating another variable which is called two-dimensional array of 2D. It's like a variable name I'm giving. Num dot means I'm importing as a numpy. Num array of. So here I want to give the two-dimensional array. So for that I'm giving two-dimensional array. So that's why I'm keeping two brackets and I'm passing some of the variables and again some variables. Yeah. So now just print this one. You can see that you need to separate by comma and shift enter. You can see that I'm having two rows and three columns. This is called two-dimensional array. So I think it's like a very clear explanation about what one-dimensional and two-dimensional array. And I'll explain in upcoming like three-dimensional also. No worry about that. Before going to three-dimensional, I want to work something about 1D and 2D. So first of all, I want to print. I want to what I passed in a list. I want to print in an array. So this is my task. So I'm creating a list of items and I'm passing some of the items here. So the list of items I want to convert into an array. So this is my task I'm doing. So I'm creating one variable which is called final. So here I'm doing that num dot array of li and just print final and see the output what is called. You can see it was a array. So guys, this is the differences between array and list, and we can convert as an array. I think it's like a very clear, and many members will get one doubt, Haripriya, where you are importing this one. So guys, if you import this numpy one time, it was enough. So if you import this one and just shift enter, it was enough. It was applicable to all the cells. I want to pass in a list both numbers as well as characters also. It was working or not, we can observe. So instead of passing this 6 comma 7, I want to pass some characters also. So I want to do that again. Same, I want to convert. So it was working or not, we can observe. Yes, of course it was converted, and I want to check it was which type. So finally I want to check which type also. Type of, just shift enter, you can see it was ND array. So why I am explaining, generally I think in arrays concepts you learned, we learned actually it's like a same data type which is called integer or float. So multiple data types not perform any task in arrays, I think you know or not. So that's why I explain. But you can convert the list of items into an array. So you can see this t as a string and 6 8 can be can called as an other like integers. To do that, guys, up to now we pass some of the items right in a list or in a array or whatever it may be. Now I want to create by using the range. So array of items I want to create by using range. So again I am taking one variable which is called final. So num dot range I'm taking. So here having a range, not range, a range. So by using a array of items, suppose if you want like 50 array items, so just print final, see the array, so which is like having 50 items. So if you print this one, so just observe carefully what is the difference without print and with print. It shows directly items. So that is the difference, that's it. So I want to, before typing again, I want to check the type of final. I don't want to do that, that's why I use that. So I think it's like very clear, and I want to do next task which is called I want to print like 1,000 numbers. So by using an range, a range, by using a range, I think we can do. So just copy and paste it. You can do 1,000 whatever it may be. You can do 10,000 also. You can see that 1,000 numbers. So you can do. So many members will ask my questions that Haripriya, can we do like 1 lakh? Of course you can. You can create 1 lakh numbers also. Anyway, and next task I want to. You can see that I'm getting like 1,000, right? So I want to change this array to dimensions. Can we do that? So of course we can do by using another thing which is called reshape. So by using reshape we can do a lot of things. So just I'm creating another variable which is called output. Always I'm using final, that's why I'm creating another variable which is called output. Num dot a range, we all of us know how much range we are taking. So I'm taking like 100, of course 100 range. So you can take like 10,000 or whatever it may be. So I need like shape of this array, so that's why I'm using reshape. So 10 comma 10, you can give whatever it may be, 10 comma 10, and finally print output. And you can see that. So what is the meaning of this means, what actually I want to explain by seeing output. So you can see I'm having like 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 rows. You can see that the meaning of this means 10 rows and 10 columns. So we are having some of the items which is called ones. So we are having like an num dot ones. So we are having this function. So and we are having like what is the num dot ones means you will get all the array like ones, and we are having like num dot zeros, that means your array all can call as an zeros. And you're having like num dot random, so you can create a random functions. So dot random dot random, that means you can create number of random functions, random numbers. And num dot arrange, I already explained about arrange. So what is meant by arrange, and I already explained, of course. So next one which is called line space. So if you want like space between the lines, it's like a create of fixed length, so that is called line space. So num dot line space, I think these all the default methods are available in NumPy. So that's why I explained this all. So guys, how it was working we can observe. So just observe carefully. So I'll make it this one as a markdown. So yeah, it like a markdown. So yes, of course. Now I want to work how it was working this num dot ones. So here I want to give the size. So of course, how many rows and how many columns? I'm giving like 3 comma 2. So 3 rows and 2 columns. That means, yeah. Of course, you'll get the error. So you need to give another brackets. Yeah, just shift enter. You can see that I'm giving like 3 rows and 2 columns. That is called an num ones. I'm giving the range. That's it. And if you want like zeros, num dot zeros, and you can give like zeros which range. I'm giving like 4 comma 5. You can see that I'm having 4 rows and 5 columns. So that is called 4 comma 5. And you can create random numbers also, of course, by using this one. So just copy this one and paste it this one and just shift enter. So you need to give the range, right? So which range you want, so which range random numbers you want. So you can give like this one. Guys, I'm getting like a floating lin space. So here we are having like lin space. Yeah, so here I'm giving the range. So here I'm giving the array of 25. So that means length I'm giving 25 and 15 to 18. So that means 15 comma 18 comma 25. Just shift enter and you can observe I'm getting a space between all the numbers. So I'm getting like everything, I'm getting like these numbers, and overall the quantity is 25 numbers. So that's called linspace. And we are having another methods also which is very important, that is called np dot full. So np dot full means here a constant array of any number. So that is called num dot full. So these are all default inbuilt methods are available. So we are having another one which is called num dot tile. So here what is meant by tile means if you want to create a new array by repeating by an existing array, so you can do by using this tile. And we are having another function which is called num dot I. So here I means creating an identity matrix by any dimension. So I think you all of us know what is meant by identity matrix. And if you want like random, so that means if you want only integers any particular number. So if you observed here the random numbers you got like floating numbers, right? So if you want only what you can say that only random numbers within integers, you're having like random. So this one actually I'll make it as a markdown and shift enter. And these are the another default methods are there in NumPy. So I want to work this one also how it was working, and we can see that. So what I have explained that tile, right? If you already created, if you want to repeat that one, so yeah, you can use this one. Before using that I want to explain the full. So np dot full. So np dot full, just copy this one, num dot full. I want to explain num dot full. So here I'm giving like range, which range I want, like 4 comma 3. So which number you want, that means I'm telling that I want like 4 rows and 3 columns, and you what number. So I already said it is like an identity matrix. Identity matrix means any number. So I want like 5, you can see that. So this is the way uses of num dot full. And next one, which is called num dot tile. So I already explained what is meant by tile. Means if you want the repeated matrix, so repeated array, you can call it as matrix also, of course. So before this I want to create an array first of all. So I'm creating array 2. So here I'm passing some of the elements, which is called like any elements, just I'm passing these elements, that's it. So here I want to tile this one. So num dot tile. So array 2 comma, so how many times it was to be tiled. So I'm like I want like 3 times, and you can see that. So my array was tiled to 3 times. Instead of creating this one, you can use like duplicate the array any times by using tile method. And you can of course do like you can create like other size matrix also. You can give the other size of the matrix. So instead of giving like this, you can do like this also. So you can give like 3 comma 2, that means I'm giving like 3 rows and 2 columns. And just observe that. Yeah, of course this one created, right? So that's what I'm giving, just that's it. And next one, which is called I. So I already explained what is meant by I. It's create an identity matrix of any dimension. So we'll do that, how we can use the I. So just I'm creating num dot I. So here I'm giving the I. So I want like 3, that means size of 3. So I'm giving, just guys, just shift enter, you can see that I'm getting like floating values, right? 1 point, 0 point, like that. I don't want that. So of course it was created identity matrix. You can see that 1 1, you all of us know that dimension should be 1. That is going to be called as an identity matrix. So if you want like only integers, then just give d type equal to int. Just shift enter, and you can see that no points. That is called this one. Having another function which is called num dot random. So in before we use it, like we got like floating values, right? If you want only random numbers in integers, we are having like a randint. So just name it as randint, and just give which numbers you want. Like I want like 1 to 10 numbers I want. And so here I'm giving the range of which numbers up to, so the matrix you want. So like I'm giving 3 by 5 matrix. Of course you can give 4 by 5 also. You can shift enter, you are getting like 4 by 5 random numbers. So these are all the default inbuilt methods of NumPy. So if you are working with anything, of course we need to learn the methods, right? So that's why I explained these all methods very clearly. Go to another one, which is called, I want like shape as well as type as well as the dimensions, as well as I want to know the item size. So this is my thing, I want to do that. So for that I'm creating an one array. So just I'm creating an array of 5, any name you can give that. So num dot, so I'm creating random numbers. So by using this random dot randint, we are having only integer. I want only integer number, guys, that's why I'm giving randint. And just you can create like of course I want like 1 comma 100 random numbers. So with the size of 10 comma 9. So this is my things. So yeah, 10 comma 10, better to give that. And 10 comma 10. So 10 comma 9, whatever it may be, and just finally print the array of 5. And you can give the size 9 also, of course you can, of course, what you want you can. So I created a very good random numbers by using this randint. I done very good job. So I want to do that, so I'm printing this one. Just print. I want like shape by using shape method. We are having a method which is called shape. So you need to print the output, you need to give the curly braces. Okay, dot, we are having method which is called format. In format we are having like the shape. So which shape you want? Array 5, right? So just array 5. So just give the shape and just shift enter, you can see the shape of this item. So why I'm getting that, sorry, it's like not comma, it's like dot, and shift enter, you are able to see the shape of this one. So if you want the size, if you want the type of this one, so you can see that. So actually the type of these numbers are integer, so we want like a integer. So just make it as type, and here the change it one as to d type. So we already learned about d type, and you can see the type is which is called into 2, which is like 32-bit. And next one which is I want to know that which dimensions it was. So how many dimensions are available. So I'm changing here as dimensions. So here I'm giving like n dimension. So we are having n dim and shift enter, you can see that I'm having like 2 dimension. Of course it is 2 dimensional. And the next one which is I want to know the size of the item. So how many items, I want to know the size. So just I'm giving the item size. So here instead of that, just give item size. Yeah, shift enter. Yes, of course my item size is of 4. So guys, this is the way to know what you want from any array. So these all methods are available like shape, d type, and dimension, and item size. Think it was very clear. Now I want to explain three-dimensional array. So how we can create the three-dimensional array? Up to now we created only 2 dimensions, right? Up to now we worked only 2 dimensional arrays. Now I want to create a three-dimensional array by using array of 3D. So it's like a variable name. Here I'm passing num dot range. I'm giving a range by using arrange. How much range I want, like I want like 24 numbers, up to 24 numbers I want range. Here I'm giving the shape by using reshape, we already know. So up to now we given like two sizes, right? So up to now we given like 2. So that means now if you're working with 3 dimensions, we want to give like 3 dimensional array which is called the shape, and just finally print array of 3D and see the output. So we are having 2 matrices, you can see that. So and we are having like 3 rows in each and 4 columns. That is the meaning of this. I think it was very clear. It's like a long explanation anyway. So, but just learn something about this, and it's like a we are having like a subset slicing. How we can do the indexes. Everything was there here. So I want to do that. So I want to work more on more. So I think it's like a very long explanation and long tutorial. Anyway, in this tutorial only I want to cover all the topics because NumPy is not a small concept. It's like a if I dig, it will comes like so much of content. So if NumPy only I can make like 4 to 5 tutorials, but I don't want to do that. So I want to explain like everything will be in single tutorial. That's why I'm doing that. Anyway, so now I want to explain some string slicing. So how we can do the slicing in array. So first of all, I want to create an array. So yes, again I want to create an array which is like 1D array. So I'm creating here in this array. So I want to slice the array. It is possible or not. By using arrange, I'm creating an array up to 10 numbers I want like, and finally print array of 1D. Yeah, I done very good job. Now here I want like only uh, third element. So can we do that? Of course, if you want the particular element, you can do you know that by using like string slices? You learned the string slices. Here also every element can start it from 0, 1, 2, 3. So here third element means 2. We'll get the output like a 2. So just shift enter, you can see that the element which is called 2. So I want like a specific element. So if you want to print like the specific element, you can, of course, you can give the index and you can print the specific element. And if you want like third element onwards up, I want like this array. So this array from that array onwards I want to get that. Can I do by using slicing? Of course I can do that. So just give colon and shift enter, you can see that I'm getting this one up to this third array is 0, 1, 2. So that's why I'm getting like this. So if you like, only if you want to get like only three elements, first to three elements, just give colon 3 and shift enter, you can see first three elements 0, 1, 2. So same what we have worked in strings, same here also. So that means why I'm explaining means you can slice arrays also. That's why I'm explaining. And if you want like a third to seven elements, up to only 2 to 7 elements, of course you can do that. 2, and you can give the colon up to 7 elements and shift enter, you can see of course up to 2 to 7 elements. So this is the way to get. And if you want like only starting from 0 and incremented by 2, we can do of course by using 0 colon 2 and shift enter, you can see that. So it was skips every one number. So 1 was gone, 3 was gone, 5 was gone. Like I'll get only even numbers. This is the better. So I think it's like a very clear. So it's like a same like string slicing, list slicing, better to say that. So same like what we are doing. So guys, if you want to print the numbers in a list, if you want to like square of the numbers, so actually it is an array. Can we do the square of the numbers? Of course we can do by using this, by using for loop we can do that. So yes, for I in range of, so I in array 1d, right? So array 1d, so just give indentation is very important. So I want like square of array numbers. So I star 2, that means every number was square here. You can say 0 square, 1 square, 2 square. So you can do lot many things, same like you can do like multi dimensions, all this. Yeah, so same. And this one I want to do the slice. So if you want only the particular element, actually I want to slice these arrays. So actually I want to slice these arrays in 2D also. So I want 3 here in this array, I want like 3 number. So can you do like a print array of 2D? So you need to give the specify the range, so specify the number. Of course we learned the matrices which which number it was. So we learned in matrices like, so this is called 0 comma 0, this is called 0 comma 1, this is called 0 comma 2. So if you want 3, right, so it is called 1 comma 1. So just give 1 comma 1. So and just shift enter and you can see the 3 out. So if you want like 0 comma 1, so just give 0 comma 1 and you can see the output which is called 7. 0 comma 2 which is called 8. So like that you can want the particular item, you can do that by using this slicing method. So if you want like only 1 comma, you can do like this also. Of course you can see that, just observe carefully. I'm doing so 1 comma, I'm giving colon, just shift enter, you can see that I'm getting like 7, 3, 2, 6. That means I'm getting only this row. What you can say that if you want particular row, if you want particular column, you can do like this. If I do like this, just observe, I'm giving vice versa, comma 1, I'll get like only these two numbers. Guys, if you want, you can do, of course, you can iterate this two-dimensional array, you can iterate this three-dimensional array, you can do a lot of things, guys. And finally I want to explain in same slicing of 3D also, you can do that. If you want, you can do, you of course it is in your hands. And now I want to explain. Yes, this is all about slicing. If you want to do the slicing, I think you understand something, right? How we can do that. So this is all about to slice the particular number in an element in an array. So I think it's like a very clear explanation. Now I want to close this tutorial by ending, like I want to do small algorithm, small trigonometry operations here. So I'm creating an array which is called 1 comma 2 comma 3. So I'm created an array. So this array I want to, actually this is an array, actually this is a list, do you know that? So just type of a, you can see that of course it is a list, we all of us know that. So I want to convert this list into an array, so which is called final is equal to, so I'm converting this list into an array. So num dot array of, so here I'm giving a, of course it was converted into an array. So now here I want to perform a sine, cos, log of an this list. Now it is an array. If I print this one, you can see it was an array. So here I want to perform that. So just print np dot num dot square root. So just give the square root sqrt of final and see the output. You can see that. So the square root of 1 square, 2 square and 3 square. You can do the mathematical operations of an array. And if you want like sine of that, so sine of 1, sine of 2, sine of 3. You can see that. So if you want like cos value, of course you can do that. Cos value. Sorry, cos value. So if you want like a logarithm of particular value, you can do log of course, and just shift enter. You can do lot many things, guys, and you can do like tan also, of course. Just give the tan and just shift enter. You can see the tan value. You can give secant, cosecant, anything. So I already explained numpy means numerical python. You can do lot many mathematical operations by using numpy. So guys, with the uses of numpy, by using this num, I done lot many things. I did wonders sometimes, I think, by creating these all numbers. So that is the importance of NumPy. I hope it was long tutorial, of course, but you learned something crazy in this tutorial. I'm giving some of the tasks regarding this tutorial. It was in description. Just find and solve all the tasks. And I want to say one thing, that is, seeing tutorial is not at all enough. Open the computer and solve problems. I'll come with another tutorial which is very advanced topic in Python, and it is very important and it is very interesting topic in with this Python, and it is in library which is called pandas. So what is pandas, how we can create, how we can use in our programs, everything will explain in upcoming tutorial. Until then, wait for next tutorial. See you. Bye bye.
I hope this video is helpful to you. In future, definitely I'll do more videos and more things, and let's subscribe this channel because if you support me, I'll do more and more videos, and do like and share also, and